Holy shit, you're back. Ethan was fighting me on this.
Jill, it could shield out April.
How are you? How was that short episode? Did you blink and it was over? Same. I didn't like it. That's why I'm still in the same fucking shirt. I'm back.
I hope some of your brains liked it.
Podcast. Yeah.
Do you have a heart?
Yeah. People. I sensed someone making an exit the other day, as people are allowed to do, and got a text message this morning that confirmed it, which is fine. I don't give a fuck. I care because, to their own words, nothing happened. And everybody's allowed to have life happen, but that it's hard for the autist part of me. I don't do inconsistency well, but I sniff it out really fucking fast. Pattern recognition, autist specialty, and so yeah, inconsistency is really hard. I can deal with bad if it's consistent because I know it's the having to guess because I don't, if I guess wrong, usually it involves harm or my life as my survival instincts go. So like I can't turn that thought of how many life or death situations I've been in that I've had to choose for and or caused harm or been harm done to me, whichever. So it's inconsistency is tough, but when people say one thing, do another, but say they're doing the other, I want to say mean things to them. And I'm not being cute. That was little Ethan saying something to you guys. Because I want to say foul things to them. Because it hurts in a foul place in me. It touches a rude place in me that I don't like being touched. Wounds that are not supposed to be touched by people like that. Just by being human. So I have a hard time with people. Everybody's allowed to make mistakes. Everybody's allowed to not be perfect. I'm not perfect. Oh my God, I'm so far from it. But one thing I try to do is bat 100 in consistency. I won't lie to you. I'll just tell you that I don't like a thing. The only person that I'm asked for is my daughter. Voluntarily. And it's tough to have someone work to be close to you. You open up to be close to them, and through no fault of your own, according to them, through no fault of anybody, it just all of a sudden shifted for them. And that's allowed to happen. It just, the autist in me will always have a hard time with that, with reasoning because I would like to know. I'd like to improve. I'd like to get better, but I don't have to get better. I didn't do anything. There's nothing wrong with me. I work on myself every day. But what was it then? Like, what did you not like? No, nothing you don't like, because by your own words, I'm still one of the greatest things she's ever met, but something changed.
I think it's hard to believe sometimes, like even.
Sorry, I point like the part of it is this thing.
Like, and to your brain's credit, I think because it's not believable, and I'm not trying to discredit the human that said this. I think it's really hard to sit on it was nothing. Like, obviously it was something. Something has to shift for things to shift. And I say it the other way all the time. You can't expect change and not create. If you want change, you have to change something. So that goes the other way too. Like, if something changed, what was it? So I think it's really hard to believe nothing happened, because obviously something happened, whether they didn't recognize, they don't know, they haven't dove into it, or maybe I'm wrong and it truly, there is cases of nothing happening. But I think it's really hard to believe that.
Yeah, like everybody wants to be liked, and though I don't care what people think of me, if someone is in mutual respect, in community and connection with someone, then there's always that but then what is it? I may not be your cup of tea as a partner, but you still want to keep me around as a friend, as a person that you can rely on. So as a polyamorous person, what? The only difference between my friends and partners is that my friends haven't accepted that level of intimacy, and they don't have to. That's the genuine difference between a partner and a friend for someone that's polyamorous, because I love people to love people. So if I'm so great that you want to keep me close, it's awfully monogamous of you to say I'm not good enough to be a partner to me. You hear, like, I'm not actually annoyed by that because I'm not monogamous. The whole thing's annoying because it feels like you're being fucking disingenuous somewhere in the last 3 months of communicating with me.
And it's also
Am I making myself clear? Am I?
yeah, it's also annoying because then it's like a have your cake and eat it too. Like you don't
Thank you. That maybe that's it. That
like, oh, I actually don't want to put effort into having a
but you
romantic
want to be able to.
relationship with you, but I would like to have you on the back burner in case like I need a friend or I need something that you can offer me. And I don't know how to word that nicer than it also gives like you have something, whether that's like a physical ability or like a character or a way of support. Like it very much gives you have something I'm going to need at some point, but I don't care enough to like put effort towards a consistent relationship. So I'll just put you over here so that when I need the thing you have, I can come back to it and there's no hard feelings.
Yeah, and in this life, everybody has the free access to me and all of my skills and abilities, unless you're disingenuous about it, and then you don't exist because that's the only option for me. Because I invested time and energy into this person, and it's 100% allowed to shift. But the paragraph of explanation I got sent up a ton of yellow, orange, and red flags that there's something off about the way this person actually views me.
And also, who are you trying to convince, me or you?
But again, and in the next breath, I'll say this: by tonight, I will have no feelings about this because I'll have reasoned with it all. Like, this is my hissy fit about it currently. I have a moment. I'm human. I have a moment where I need to argue and say this to the hurt out loud. I'm fucking annoyed. But in the very next breath, I am still in my core of cores polyamorous, and this human being is still a neat human. I'm just confused in the moment at what the fuck just happened. And then by tomorrow morning, they will remain the cool human they are on paper. They still have a cool job. They they fucking did surgery on an eagle the other day. But that's where my interest ends.
I think it's
And
always,
you know what I mean?
I'm trying to think of, I don't want to say your name on the, I don't really care. One time I went on like it would have been this time last year. I went on a handful of dates with a girl.
I love sometimes.
This time last year, I went on a handful of dates with a girl. Do you remember?
Nope.
That's a terrible descriptor.
Thank
You
you.
said she wasn't really my type.
Sure.
Okay, and then we went on a handful of dates.
Oh, there we go.
We're all cut up. She lived in a house that was for sure not legal.
Yeah, there you go. That would have got it for me there.
But we went on like a handful of dates, and like it was the first person I was like excited about in a while, and possibly ever since our not ever, but since our ex.
No, that was I remember because you did say that very thing to me.
And she like came over, watched a movie, hung out with like me, Ethan, Brian, and then the next day was like, "Yeah, I'm out." And it always kind of leaves you of like, what? Like obviously something happened to cause the shift, so like just tell me what it is. And people don't have to tell you everything, but if you're gonna announce your departure, could you at least like give me the whole story? Because even when I brought it to Ethan, he was like, wasn't she just at our house? And I was like, yeah. So it always leaves like everybody a little bit confused of like, there's something not being said and people are allowed to not say it, but that
I think people hold it because they think it'll hurt our feelings. Like, no,
I'd rather
I
you just be
feel
like,
no way about the information. You're allowed to feel. For you. You're right.
and also she did it to herself because she came to our house and smoked weed with Ethan, and I told her that everybody fucks themselves smoking weed with Ethan, and then she sat like this on the couch for like many hours, and I could tell she was way too high. But then like just say the thing.
Yo, I don't know if this is a part of that black thing. Like, people that come to our house are all weed smokers before they know me. I have trauma. That's why I smoke weed.
And I give
so
everyone
that I
a heads up.
functionally can sit here and do this without shaking. Or when the ugly comes, I can shush it in the background. It doesn't take over anymore. But people really don't. This is all said to them. I want the point. I'm looking at the camera very directly because this is all said. You don't? Are you like? Do you smoke, Dad? Like, well, yeah. Like I smoke. I've been smoking for 10 years. I smoke like 3 joints, 4 joints a day. I was like, that was breakfast.
And it's always, and I'm allowed to say this because I firsthand witnessed it. It's always the fucking girls. Without fail, it's a female that walks their ass in this house, and they're like, "I smoke weed," and I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm trying to help you here." And then they do the ego thing where they're like, "I smoke weed all the time," and then they get fucked up, and I'm like, "Yeah, fuck you. I tried to warn you about that."
And that's not like I'm not doing anything. I give them what they asked for. Maybe don't give me like your dab, but like a small one. So I show them, and they're like, "Oh, I could do that. Like I've done dabs." And then they sit on the couch.
And then I have no sympathy for you.
And like it's kind of funny to me in the moment. It's like, you told me, and then you. Do you guys all get your weed from the same dealer you did in high school? Is that what's happening?
My favorite of that situation was
that particular one.
Different, same situation, different people. My Ashlyn, I've talked about her before, and her ex-girlfriend came over.
God!
Came over for Thanksgiving, and Ashlyn's ex-girlfriend, in her defense, well, in everybody's defense, they do think they smoke a lot of weed. But Shayla got so fucked up.
No,
but
when I say like it, no, this is a good story. I forgot about this. Is my favorite story.
She went and sat in the corner on the couch and was like watching a movie with everybody, and me and Ashlyn were cleaning up in the kitchen. And then Ashlyn shows me her watch, and it's a text from Shayla, who's like 10 feet away from her, being like, "You need to take me home. I need to go to bed." And me and Ashlyn just start laughing in the kitchen, and we show Ethan, and he starts laughing, and Shayla like slowly turns around. She's like, "You weren't supposed to tell them."
It literally like this is someone who knows me.
She was like,
had conversations with me. We've worked out. Has followed my story.
Is my best friend's girlfriend at the time. Like
it's been around. Knows this nigga. And it doesn't even like confidently, brings her own weed into the house. Like it's such a great deal. I'm like, I've heard that you smoke your own demons out your ass. So like, come hang out with me. And she's excited. Is stoked to get to smoke with the great Ethan.
It was so...
And I've not laughed that hard at someone fucking themselves. Like, because of the way it unfolded.
And in her defense, at least she said the thing, because most people don't. They just, like, suffer in silence.
They just would have suffered,
Where Shayla was, like, texted Ashlyn, was like, "You need to I need to go home." And then we're like, "You're actually going home?" She's like, "Oh, yeah, like, I'm going home and I'm going to bed." And in her defense, they went home. Ashlyn tucked her in on the couch, and then Ashlyn walked her. About that. And I thought they were like gone forever. And then Ashlyn like
scared the shit out of the house because everybody thought she was gone.
Walks her ass back in the front door. She's like, "Well, just because she's going to bed doesn't mean I have to."
Yeah, like it was, and the way Shayla, like, it wasn't even embarrassment. It was just like every stoner, including me, everyone that smokes weed and uses it, especially as medication, has let it get away from them 1 or 2 times where you just get stunned. It happens. You catch a good strain, you get the right terp, and then all of a sudden you're like,
uh-oh.
You're realizing that you're counting your box breathing, sitting like this with a pillow, and you're like, ooh, okay, noted. But as someone who's well-versed, you also know how to get yourself out of it. So it's not that Shayla panicked. She did what she knew. She's like, I'm about to lose all facilities. Baby, we got to go. And the way she turned, like Jill did it good. It was this, like, if I'm opposite corner because she's over there, if we're over here, she does this. She goes, nobody says shit. We're just laughing.
But she wanted Ashlyn to like discreetly be like, "Oh, Shayla and I need to go home."
But Ashlyn's not that bitch.
And she was like, "No, it's good. I just need to be this high in my own house."
Moving real slow, staying kind of low, and just like you know, the moment she got horizontal, she was out.
But like most people suffer in silence, and I'm like, if you said the thing out loud, we could probably help you.
That's fucking.
She was like, you
And I
weren't
forgot that
supposed
because Ashton scared the fuck out of us. Now we're just into our night. Everyone's just
We were,
chilling,
like,
and then she
watching a
walks
movie.
into the living room because I think we're listening to something really loud, and I thought I heard the door, but we're all like hooping it up. And then all of a sudden, there's just this ginger in right beside the couch. I don't even remember what we were just talking
Well,
about.
that was our hearts, but
Oh,
that turned
into
joy.
joy.
Well, enjoy my joy of reminiscing
Yeah,
over people
there.
getting
I'm
too high
taking
in
that
our
joy
house.
with you. Enjoy the reminiscence of fucking people dumbing themselves with cannabis in this house.
And I try. My heart.
And she
my,
does. She
my
warns
heart.
everybody. I warn people. Like, I don't. You're a grown up. This isn't teenage peer pressure. You're a grown up.
And
if you look me in my black ass face and say I can do this, my only job is to say, are you 100% sure you want to do this? Because if you say yes twice, do you know who doesn't care anymore?
Well, and I have to, like, my heart in this, as much as it's funny, it's also so annoying to me because I tell everybody, Ethan's people, my people, random people, I give everybody the same warning. Like, it's probably not the weed you smoke. Like, and I even give my
That
typically
one was funny. I don't remember who that was the first time. I think it was Brian.
I typically give my own story, and then people think they know better than me. And this is my hard in, like, all aspects of me and Ethan doing life together, is people seem to think they know Ethan or know better than me, and then they fuck themselves up, and then I have to leave because I'm just not nice anymore. I'm like, you stupid fuck, I literally told you how to handle this. And I always hear them say, I just want a little dab, I just won't pull for very long. And then I hear like a 10-second pull, and I'm like, you're actually dumb.
Yeah, the one person that I will say I miss is Ellery, because Ellery is iron lungs hell. That bitch can smoke dabs with me. Like I'm like, and it's not like a rite of passage. It's just how we are together. That is a motherfucker with demons. And when you have demons, cannabis really shuts them out in a safe way. So like, Elle would drive to my house in between work and go, I need to be punched in the face. And I'd get a dab ready for us, and she would die. Like, wanted it to make her cough. And so I'm trying. Like, there's effort. And then there's us two on the deck in Summerwood, just coughing our asses off. And then laughing at it. Like, we're just like, that was good. Like, eyes watering, just like, oh, I missed you. It was good to see you. Yeah, no, I'll catch you later. Like, it's just.
But to everybody
else,
I'm just like, I actually have to remove myself from the room because I don't want to help you.
And Leanne. Leanne is another femme that can smoke. She just doesn't dab because she doesn't like how it's too hot on her lungs, and that's what fucks. That's what fucks Jill too. Leanne and Jill don't do dabs because it gets too hot. The heat that your intake fucks your lungs and it hurts too much and just like puts her out. But Leanne is someone that will smoke joints and blunts as much as she's on her phone.
Yeah. So my joy is that it's funny when people get too high, and my heart is that
people get too high.
It depends how people choose to handle it. If you're going to be a whiny tit about it after, I don't care because you did that to yourself. If you're going to be like Shayla and like, I actually need to relocate myself, thanks so much for having me, it's been a pleasure, good night, then like, that will always stay a joy.
Yeah, we're on to another topic.
Yeah, a question I get, which it's always funny that I get this question. People ask me all the time on lives, on my social media, of how, as a hyper independent human, how people support me. I don't fucking know. I'm not the one who has to. Well, I am the one who has to support me. That's kind of the whole definition of hyper independence. However, I'm not the outside perspective. Like, so people are always like, how does Ethan handle? I don't know how Ethan handles that. So we're going to ask Ethan how he handles things today.
I didn't know we were asking Ethan questions on handling.
On today's segment of Let's Ask Ethan.
Sure. What's your question?
If there's one thing you should know about me, small backstory, I'm deeply hyper independent. I'll do it myself. I'll pay for it by myself. I'll handle it myself. I am trying to undo that in certain ways because it's actually not productive to think you can and should do everything yourself all the time. And that's actually not how you create community or people that love you if you just don't ever let them support you ever. So I am working on
Which is why the munch from last week was a hard topic, because we are very aware that we can get in our own ways by trying to do everything by ourselves and creating everything by ourselves. But
Yeah, I'm very aware I don't have to do everything myself, but sometimes it's easier. But then you get stuck in this hole of like you do everything yourself, so then you don't what? So then I also think as a hyper independent person, you don't get to complain about not having community and support if you don't ever give people the chance to do it, which is a little bit of like the digging ourselves in a hole, spinning tires that we tend to get into. Um, so yeah, how do you support someone who's hyper independent feels like too vague of a question. But that's typically what I get. Is
Yeah,
the
I
gist
can
of what
try
I
to
get
answer it, and
asked.
you can ask me more questions. Yeah, turn your face a little bit. Interview me.
Wait, I need the mic first. How do you support somebody on a day to day basis that's hyper independent that
That's
you
a
live with?
pretty broad question, but there's a couple broad answers. One is you support them. The how they tell you. Uh, People that are hyper independent are only hyper independent because they needed to be so.
I was gonna say, I don't think hyper independent is like a cute, like, I can't even
No,
say it
no.
when people are like boss babe, but it's actually not cute. I have learned to be hyper independent because I needed to be, because it's easier to be, because I learned at some point that the only person I can rely on is myself. But it's not actually that like cute and fun.
And my
all
job
the
is
time.
not to undo that. She's right. The part about hyper independence that's tough to beat is that it's right. The only person you can trust and depend on every single time is you. You are the only motherfucker you're with 24/7, 365, mushrooms or not. You are literally it. So the hard part is converting the hyper independence from the toxic side of I have to do everything by myself to I get to do this thing by myself. Do you hear the difference? There's a couple words that are different in there, and they're very important. Um, so openly to answer the question is I support Jill by supporting her. I have to prove day in and day out, not because she asked me to, but because I have to prove this, that I'm not going anywhere. That I'm not everybody else that's proven to be untrustworthy and inconsistent. I have to remind Jill and reassure her that I'm on her team. Not in a mental health way, in a living life in structure way. That comes with supporting Jill.
And I think like if you're gonna choose to support slash be with somebody who is hyper independent, you have to like take your job as a supporter pretty seriously. Because if I finally ask for the thing and it gets fucked up, then like great. This is why
And
I don't
that's
ask for things.
not fucked up by because I got it wrong. Fucked up because I turned down the opportunity.
Yeah.
There is a big and like really not we have to hammer this home. This is important if you're asking me on how to support because making a mistake is missing the opportunity. And I'm human, but I know Jill. She's told me she's hyper independent. She's showed me the way she's hyper independent. We fought about the way she's hyper independent. So then when the question comes for help, who the fuck am I to say I can't or no or I won't or later? You you're not afforded that freedom if you're really supporting because the free like I have autonomy to say no, it's my life. But out of love and respect for supporting Jill and helping the growth out of hyper independence is not leaving her to be hyper independent.
Yeah.
I don't do shit for Jill. There's a difference. This is not. I. There's nothing I could do for Jill that she can't do for herself. You hear how hard it is?
But I don't actually like want to do it all myself all the time, and that
No.
it comes from unlearning that. But I also think, like, I know this is Ask Ethan questions. I see people all the time on the internet joke about, like, oh, my wife asked me to do this thing and I didn't do it, so now she's like getting the ladder in the drill. That's not cute or funny. You're
I saw a
telling
fucking
me,
hilarious one yesterday though.
but like that's from a hyper independent person. Like that's why we don't ask for shit. And Ethan said it the best. He's allowed to say no. He's allowed to give timelines. And something that's been really helpful in our dynamic is I'm like, hey, can you do this thing? And then he'll be like, yeah, today or tomorrow. So now I have a timeline. And he always does it in the timeline. Vacuuming. I asked him
98%. I'm still autistic. This time,
but like I asked him to vacuum the other day and he was like, yeah, I'll do it in the next couple days. And when I came home from dog walking yesterday, the house was vacuumed. But like my brain will always track those timelines. And if somebody, because not that Ethan does this, but like in the past, I would be like, hey, can you do this thing for me? And then whoever would be like, yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. And then if you don't do it tomorrow, this is why I don't ask for help. It's now I've just wasted an entire day when I could have just done it myself yesterday. But you asked me to ask for help and I did, and you didn't do it. And now I'm 2 days late on getting the thing done I could have just done myself yesterday.
Yeah, and I would say half of the fights that have happened have been before Jill accepted timelines from me. If she'd say a thing and I would say, yeah, because I meant, yeah, I would do it. And then like 8 minutes later, Jill would be doing it.
Because in my brain,
like,
I was
what the
like,
fuck are you doing? I said I would do, and like I would be offended, pissed. Because I said I would do that, but you didn't even give me a fucking chance to do it. So now I'm coming at it from a different angle than I was before because I'm supporting you, but you didn't even let me, if you want the fucking help, little fucker, you're gonna have to sit on your goddamn hands because I'm currently engaged in something and I'm not gonna put that down for you. But what I'm gonna do is do the thing as soon as my brain can let this one go.
But that's also just like it's communication.
But yeah, and that came up in that very argument was deal. But then can you set my expectations with a timeline? Even though I hate doing it for me, it helps Jill. But I can't just say yeah in a bit. Like, yeah, by tonight.
My definition of in a bit is gonna be different than his. And now I'm annoyed that it didn't get done, and now he's annoyed because he's still within his own timeline. So I think like figuring out your specific communication style and what you need and like meeting in the middle of like, well, I don't want to do it right now. Great. Then I need to know like at what point can I expect it done?
And there are times to further that point when Jill will still do it.
And typically I'll look at Ethan in those moments and be like, no, I want it done right now. So I'm just going to do it myself.
Yeah. Like I have to put down my ego because she will just go do the thing in the moment. I mean, and then like halfway through it, I'll walk around the corner and be like, before we have another riff, what the fuck are you doing?
Of communicating back the other way of being like, yeah, I actually decided I want it done right now, so I'm just going to do it myself. And that is the like balance in our life that makes it work. Like if Ethan's actively doing something, I'm not going to be like, you have to stop what you're doing and do this thing that I've asked of you. Like I'll just fucking do it myself. And it's not that deep, and it's just not that deep. Like if I want a thing done right now, I guess I'm doing it myself. If I want to exercise patience, I could probably ask Ethan to do it. So that's, but like exercising patience could be like literally like 5 minutes. And if I don't want to wait 5 minutes, then I guess I'm doing it myself. And that's the side too that like you have to be okay with. Like I'll just do it myself. And that's not like, that will never come back to Ethan of being like, well, I had to do it myself last time. No, I could have exercised
and I'm patience. Afraid of that in some version of my being. So I doubt ever let her complete doing what she's doing without coming around the corner and being like, I said I would do that, and you agreed with me. To make sure that something that I didn't just, like, did I black out and miss 45 minutes of my day? Or what the, like, we're working on this together, no? And it always is just, no, I just wanted it now. I actually realized I needed this cup, so I might as well fucking do it.
Yeah, I also think a side of like supporting somebody with hyperindependence, and Ethan does this like well, is when we're not okay, whether that's like mental or like physical illness, you're just gonna have to do the thing. Because Ethan will be like, can I make you this or can I do that? And I'll always say no because I can do it myself. But the times where he just like if my stomach's hurting and he's like, here, I made you shit to help your stomach. Like, if you're going to choose to do life with somebody that's hyper independent, you're going to have to be okay with
pulling the trigger
just doing the thing rather than listening to the no.
Yeah, sometimes I just don't have patience to ask.
And like, as we've done this life together for the last couple of years, you've learned a lot of the moments of like, no, I actually need to do this for her, versus like, she'll be fine, she can do it herself later. Like, I'm sure that's,
Hey, you're cute. You can go do that your fucking self.
yeah, I imagine your brain like weighs the like, she'll be fine to do it herself too.
Oh, I do.
I also think like, if you are somebody that is hyper independent, like, I talk to my therapist about this often. I actually like my hyper independence.
It's useful.
It's gotten me my entire life. Like, I run a business, I own the things I do. Like, that is my hyper independence, and like, there's a lot of my traits that have built my life. So I think we get frustrated by hyper independence and it gets made out to be a bad thing, but it also does a lot for you. I think if you're a hyper independent human, you need to choose who you do life with carefully. We should be doing that anyways. But I know if I was with somebody who leaned into more traditional gender roles, it would never work because we would just butt heads all the time. When they want a man to provide their life for you, like, that is actually my worst nightmare. And it's not my worst nightmare because it's just a thing I've never had. I don't need you to provide a life for me. So if you're a hyper independent human, you need to partner with somebody that's okay letting you be a hyper independent human.
Yeah, like I said off the top, there's a lot about Jill's hyper independence that's super useful for her and for me. There's a lot about my trauma that is super useful for the life that I live. About anger, I said it to Jay, who I'm about to speak to. When we first started this 10 years ago, I don't want to lose the anger, Jay. It has kept me alive. It has kept me safe. It has kept people around me safe and alive. It will continue to, but what I would like to do is learn how to utilize it. It needs to be a tool, not a safety net. And that's the difference, is when something is toxic or not as healthy for us, it is something we've used as a safety net, is our survival instinct. When we don't have to survive all the time anymore, it needs to become a tool that you can pull out of your belt and put away. That's the difference.
Yeah. If you're a hyper independent human and you have questions, or you're supporting a hyper independent human and you have more questions for Ethan, let us know. You can send either of us a DM or DM the podcast at Shifting the Lens Podcast. And we'll catch you guys next time.
Bye.